So today I want to talk to you guys about a revolutionary law that gives parents the power to improve their children's education and help disadvantaged children. Parents are the only people who have children's interests at heart. They are not bound by special interest groups or by bureaucracy. However, this law is beneficial, but there's controversy that surrounds it. I want to offer one solution that can help minimize this controversy and increase the benefits of this beneficial law. So I'll start off with a small overview. So first, what is the parent trigger? What does this law constitute? Then, what's the controversy? It's so beneficial, why are people so opposed to it? And last, what is the solution? I want to offer a solution that brings parents together with teachers to use the trigger law in the most effective way possible. So first, what is the parent trigger? The parent trigger allows 51% of parents in a failing public school to take it over through a petition process. If they get enough signatures, they can implement one of Obama's 4 turnaround models described in his Race to the Top program. So the first turnaround model is bargaining power. If parents are concerned and want to pass some reforms in their school, but the school board refuses to listen to them, they can use a trigger to have some bargaining power and implement these reforms. The next is a turnaround model. In the turnaround model, they fire the principal and fire at least half of the administration to bring in effective teachers and fire the poor performing teachers protected by teacher unions. The third is transformation. Transformation allows parents to fire the principal and implement just small changes to their law, to the school, rather than drastic measures. And perhaps the most controversial is a charter conversion, which takes away power from the school district and brings in an independent charter school that's successful nearby to run the school. So, 70% of the public supports this parent trigger law, and only 26% opposes it. In addition, this is a bipartisan issue. These are Obama's turnaround models that he proposed in his program, and Republicans alike also support this law. So, if we have bipartisan support, the public supports it, and it helps parents out to improve their children's education, what's the controversy? The problem is, you have parent triggers. You have interest groups against the parent trigger who introduce graphic images like this to scare parents and make them not sign these petitions. This is a serious issue. They go into these drastic measures because they believe that although parents have children's best interests at heart, that does not mean they have the knowledge to pass reforms to help them. Then you have the other side, when you have movies like Won't Back Down, when their theme is, if you can't beat the system, change it. They make it seem like you have this huge community gathering to overthrow the evil teacher unions to pass reforms that will help the children. This is not the case. In reality, you have small groups of parents who are dedicated and want to improve their children, who go door to door trying to gather support and mobilize parents to pass these reforms. 51% is a tough level to achieve. So you have parents in Compton Unified who are able to get 60% of parents to sign a petition, and then you have school boards throw out the entire petitions of a technicality. You have parents in Desert Trails Elementary where they're able to get 70% of parents to sign a petition, and they have to fight a year-long battle in courts to finally allow the court's ruling to have Laverne Elementary take over the Philly public school. The reason why we have such controversy is because we have 2 outside groups who are involved in the parent process. You have Parent Revolution, who was mostly responsible for passing the law in the first place, giving parents a helping hand to organize and set achievable goals to pass reforms. You also have the California Teacher Association, the teacher union, who comes in and discourages parents from signing these petitions because they are unaware and misinformed. Both sides have been accused of terrible measures to achieve their goal. For example, the teacher unions have been accused of threatening, using scare tactics through deportation or harassing parents to the point that they've got restraining orders against parents in order to make them not sign petitions or revoke their signature. On the other hand, you have teachers and Parent Revolution who go to parents' homes and say, sign this petition, we'll have new computers in your school, when in reality they want a new charter school to take over. Or they say, we'll clean your bathrooms, and what parents are going to vote against this? So they sign it, not knowing that they have a charter school come in and take over your school. So misinformation ruins the democratic process of the trigger law. So what's the solution? This law creates a divisive community, and the unions argue, well, let's get rid of the law and let's have cooperation through our PTAs. If the same number of people in favor of these trigger laws, if all these parents get together and we're involved with the PTA and work with teachers, they could solve all these issues and have beneficial reforms for the children through teacher-parent cooperation, not fighting the teachers. The problem is, parents in these districts do not have the leisure time to invest all this time and cooperate with ineffective teachers. They'd rather just sign a petition and have new teachers and new administrators come to the school and help children without their additional support. So you can say, well, if time's an issue, you can vote in school board elections. All it is, you go down, you submit your ballot, and you can elect officials that replace the ineffective board members you have now. The problem is, teacher union support increases the likelihood of non-incumbents to win the election by 56%. These are non-incumbents. We're talking about incumbent power school board members who are opposed to these reforms. So virtually, parents have no influence on these elections and cannot have officials that support their interests. However, we cannot have parent triggers go unchecked. The way this starts is you have frustration by the parents who want to pass reforms to help their children. So they use the parent trigger law so they get reform. The problem is, if they do not allow enough time for these reforms to take into effect, you get more frustration. More frustration can lead to another trigger law to have more reform. This is called policy training by political scientists. If you do not allow enough time for a new principal to pass new standards or hire new teachers, then it just creates inefficiency and inconsistency in the school. And this volatile nature will hurt children's education rather than help. So I propose that we have town hall meetings where you get parent unions and parent revolution to come together and speak to parents. Parents come together and gather at the beginning of the year and then talk about the issues. The school board has a chance to explain the reforms they've been trying to pass and the progress they've made to help children. In addition, you have parent revolution who can talk about wellness turnaround models and their options to bring in another charter school or hire a new principal or make small changes to the school that can help children. In this process, parents and teachers and children work together to improve schools without this divisive culture. So, in conclusion, you have these laws where you have a community that you have teacher unions who proposed getting rid of these parent trigger laws to get rid of the divisive culture. But instead of getting rid of the law that helps parents get rid of the bureaucracy in school reform, you have a town hall meeting where people can come together and discuss the issues rather than avoiding them or just going through the same bureaucracy and trying to get political gains through the current system. So I propose having town hall meetings and having 2-year limits after a trigger is used before they can implement a new one. So that way they can discuss issues and pass reforms that benefit children the most. Thank you.
Thank you, Hector.